the countries that are affiliated with the Arab League, 26% of young people believe that they are planning to start a business within the next year. Only 4% of American youth say the same.
The first basically has to do with competition policy. How can you get a handle on some of the monopolistic behaviors? How can you open it up for competition? What competition policy should be implemented? That's fundamental.
The Middle East is opening up. The governance systems are, as the state contracts a little bit, there's more space for other people to participate in the process of development of societies, and therefore we're seeing what I think is a kind of a second generation of self-determination. Some people would say it's the first time you've ever had a truly self-determinant citizenry in many Arab countries, where the individual citizen can actually express his or her views, and this is a fertile environment for social and economic entrepreneurs.
The issue of parastatals and the relationship between ministers and senior officials with parastatals is a huge, huge issue. This is where a lot of the grand corruption comes from. The solutions, I think, at a first instance have to be just around legal and regulatory reform, in the sense that most of this right now is not illegal. So that's going to require a huge amount of political will. Technically, it's not difficult at all.
The first thing that you need to know what entrepreneurship is not, so that we don't confuse things. Entrepreneurship, an entrepreneur is not a businessman, so let's establish that. An entrepreneur is a different breed of creatures. We are not also deal doers, all right? We don't do deals. We are in it for the long run. So hidden drumming people are not entrepreneurs. They are. I hate newspapers when they talk about everybody who's in business as an entrepreneur. I'm sorry, we are not that.
There are many groups that have to create this policy framework. The state has to, the government, the business entrepreneurs, the social sector, universities, and the media. We cannot create a policy framework without all these people working together. All over the world, we have more than 30 million people now as beneficiaries or clients of microcredit all over the world. These people, Muhammad Yunus did not do it himself. They were replicated by others who took the idea. We copied them 25 years ago in Egypt. So what I'm saying is that this is replicability and not growth.
The legal environment for civil society organizations in the Arab world is probably among the worst legal environments for anything anywhere. There are three exceptions, and I think it's worth pointing them out. In Lebanon, in Palestine, and in Morocco, there is a declaration system. That's the international best practice, by the way. That is the case in most countries in the world. And typical government justifications, by the way, for these rules are fear of money laundering and terrorist financing. That's what we hear constantly. But the fact of the matter is, the laws, the NGO laws, often predate these justifications, okay?
It's so difficult to register as an NGO. So most people, like entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs in specific, they go into registering as corporation, but it's not that easy.
This girl, her name is Wa'd al-Tawil, the long-awaited promise of a female young entrepreneur through our Injaz program in Palestine, wins the whole regional Arab student competition. This girl puts a new face to the Arab world. Today we're in 13 countries, and this was our first experience. We were all moved. Every person in the audience had a tear in their eye. It was so unexpected.
بتخيل انه اذا هم اجوا عندنا وكان في عندهم بمنتج اقل سعر اللي بيحدد هل انا بدي اقلل سعري او انا بدي ابقى على نفس السعر هو جوده المنتج تبعهم، اذا فعليا حصير فلكسبل بهدول الناحيتين.
I learned a lot from Wa'ad and the students that go through our program. So if you want to know whether entrepreneurship education makes a difference, it certainly makes a difference.
And also sometimes if you've got the right minister working with you, if you do an evaluation and you give him concrete facts, concrete statistics, you can actually arm the minister to take this to government and say, hey, I want a budget for this. Look, here are the facts. So anybody who's thinking of doing entrepreneurship education, I would really highly recommend that you do an evaluation. And if the figures add up, then that is also a stronger argument point for you with the minister, and you're also arming the minister to have him on board with you.
If you're the top soccer player in 8th, 9th grade, every high school will be trying to get you to come to their school. In our field, entrepreneurial education, you can be the top child in the world in 8th, 9th grade, nobody will know about you, nobody will recruit you, you won't be nurtured, and many times the teacher will be unkind to you because a lot of the characteristics of the young entrepreneurs don't fit as well into the classroom as we hope. So my big point today to our community is that we change our thinking from a point in time to what we call a pathway. That's a big breakthrough.
We're trying to come up with clear, concrete, actionable recommendations that we can work with policymakers and organizations on if we are serious about creating and supporting a conducive and healthy social innovation and social entrepreneurship environment in the region.
Although there is a guiding principle and a guiding definition of what a social entrepreneur is, it's very important that it's locally defined and locally conceptualized and in every area.
So in this part of the world, you'll find that a lot of the opportunities are actually in sectors that have a social impact. We do more than just provide capital to companies. We actually go in there and instill corporate governance best practices.
There is no there's no ministry for entrepreneurship. My final words, you know, when you look at who is going to drive this change towards creating best practices in entrepreneurship policy, the answer is you.